Sometimes in life, something happens that changes everything. And no matter how much we think about it, how much we torment ourselves, how hard we try to find a reason, we cannot go back. We cannot fix it. We cannot avoid it. In Japan, there is an ancient, simple, and at the same time, deeply profound phrase spoken precisely in moments like these. Shikata ga nai. There is nothing to be done. But be careful, it is not resignation. It is not indifference. It is a different way of being with pain. The meaning of this phrase is less immediate than it may seem. A phrase that to a Western ear may sound cold, almost like surrender. And yet, in Japanese culture, it has a much deeper meaning. Shikata ga nai means recognizing that not everything is under our control. And that, precisely for this reason, it is worth focusing our energy on what remains possible. It is not passivity. It is clarity. It is accepting the inevitable without stopping to live. But this idea does not arise in a vacuum. It comes from history. After the earthquake and tsunami of 2011, this expression began to resonate everywhere in Japan once again. In a country struck by immense devastation, the collective response was not chaos, but a silent dignity. Accepting what could not be changed did not mean forgetting. The pain was there. It was deep, but it did not become a prison. Shikata ga nai, in these moments, means embracing one's own vulnerability, recognizing the wound without fleeing from it, and moving forward one step at a time. Not necessarily stronger, but still present. This attitude, however, has roots that go much further back. As early as 1945, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, this expression was used to describe the impossibility of changing what had happened. Even Emperor Showa spoke of events that could not be avoided. Harsh words, which may seem cynical. But Shikata ga nai is not cynicism. It is the awareness that life also includes the irreparable, and that remaining trapped in if only or in we could have does not give back what was lost. Accepting does not erase suffering, but it can prevent it from destroying us. Yet this philosophy does not always work in the same way. During the Second World War, in the internment camps of Japanese Americans in the United States, Shikata ga nai was often repeated, entire families deprived of freedom, dignity, and voice. In that context, this phrase was interpreted as forced resignation, as suppression of emotions, as acceptance of injustice. And this is where a fundamental point emerges. Shikata ga nai can be a resource, but only if it does not become imposed silence. So how can it be lived today in a different way? Today, Shikata ga nai can become a tool of resilience. Not to deny pain, but to move through it. Some practical suggestions inspired by Japanese culture. Breathe deeply. Return to the body, to the present. Stop comparing yourself to others. Every life has its own rhythm, its own shape. Take care of yourself. Not as a luxury, but as a necessity. Change perspective. Sometimes a small shift is enough to see something new. Be in nature, walk slowly, observe, listen. And finally, ask for help. Because accepting the inevitable does not mean doing it alone. And this brings us back to the starting point. Shikata ga nai is not a magic formula. It does not solve pain. It does not erase loss. But perhaps it teaches us this, that not everything must be fought. that some things must be passed through, and that even when there is nothing to be done, there is still a way of being. And you, how do you live with what you cannot change?